Hi everybody, welcome to your week 1 October reading. I thought I would wait a few days before putting this out because I just put out the October 2022 monthly reading. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out as yet, please go ahead and take a look. As you guys know, the monthly readings talk a little bit about the general theme that will be happening for the month to come. And the weekly readings give Spirit a chance to really capitalize on anything that's happening in particular around that time. And as you know, these readings are timeless and signless, so whenever you access them is fine as long as it resonates with you. And if it doesn't resonate with you at the moment, I would just back pocket it, okay? Because there is an energy in your field that is strong enough to manifest the reading before you, and you know, maybe the energies just have not made themselves, oopsies, well, aware to you as yet. So if you'd like to have a personal reading with me or an energy healing session with me, all the goodies, all the information, all of that is on my Etsy page, okay? So for this reading, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lay the cards ahead of time. I'm really feeling that vibe. And the reason why is because it kind of aligns with the theme of October. This is what I'm getting. They're saying that part of what's happening this month is that things are going to come out of the blue. So you may be experiencing, I mean, that sounds like duh, that happens on a regular basis, you know, things come out of the blue. But there's a little bit more of a natural design to it this time, they're saying, in the sense that it's totally designed. It's designed to come out of the blue for us. So you're not going to know ahead of time, and it's on purpose. That's what I'm trying to say. Let me just make sure these cards. Can we get a round of applause to the squeaky edge of the bed that I'm sitting on? Ladies and gentlemen, yay! Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. That's the bed, I swear. Okay, so let's... Oh, okay, a little sleight of hand. That's telling me that along the way, some of you are going to meet people who come across as quote-unquote gamblers, in the sense that when you look at them, you're kind of going to have this idea of, wow, this person's really playing with their life. They're really taking some risks. They're not taking life seriously. And it may appear to you to be a cautionary tale even, right? This could be just associates, people that you, just acquaintances. It could be something as simple as, oh, they're traveling now in this climate, like, if it were me, or, you know, just whatever. Let me see why. Oh, thank you. They're saying, that's interesting, because usually they're saying don't judge, right? But I just heard judge away. Judge away. Why would they? So let's read closer into that, because recently they've been saying please don't judge because, you know, there's a reason why. You know what it is? Oh, it's kind of like, yeah, go right ahead. You're being led into a room by design. You're being led into a room, and then the person leading you there is just, you know, a representative. They're wearing their cute little suit and they're watching you, their hands folded like this at their waist, and they're just allowing you to explore the space, right? And the idea is you're in this space, do as you will, do as you wish. But that sounds like a little bit like testing conditions. What do you mean judge away? No. I'm not falling for this time. I feel you, Justice card. Guys, don't slip up. Don't forget that we are still in the energies of Libra, in the sense of the scales. Okay, so when I feel into Libra and energy, well, let's make it specific. When I have been feeling into Libra and energy for the past, you know, few weeks, it's, you know, there were certain qualities of Libra that were coming through, but those energies are starting to kind of, you know, go back into the fold, take a little bit of a back step as we transition into Scorpionic energies, right? Which are starting to be ushered in, if you haven't felt it yet, you know. But what is definitely staying around and sticking around is the scale, the balance energies, karma, justice. This aspect of Libra is hanging around, and it's going to be with us, for some time now. I don't know. Well, I'm not getting a read on how long, but definitely into Scorpionic energies and whatnot. So what that means, what our practical takeaway, because I like to talk about the dynamics and then bring it down to us on a practical level. What that means for us practically is remember what you've learned. Remember what you've learned so far. We've learned, okay, don't judge. Don't judge lest ye be judged. See, I just heard judge lest ye be judged. Wow. So on the one hand, the lesson is like, hey, you are a sovereign being. You may do as you wish, and that's always been the case. But be mindful that when you make choices and you take actions, even an omission to act is still a choice, right? What's happening is that you're setting energies in motion. You're progressing the story, right? And it's going to still pan out. I almost said fan out. You're still going to pan out. Also, they're saying judge lest you be judged, in the sense that what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Wow, look at this card. Literally, this card jumped out at me. Like a little animal. Okay, like a little animal. Hi, let's see. Spells and alchemy. Let me see. It almost feels like a very superficial reading of this. Something's brewing. I don't know why they're bringing that out. Something's brewing. That feels very superficial, very... I almost want to say we're not reading that into this card. So let's go a little deeper. Hold on one sec. Let me pull a card here. Okay, thank you. So that's a little bit of a nod to us to go beyond. And that makes total sense, guys. We're getting into deep dive territory. But please understand that you are not necessarily deep diving into other people's stuff. You're deep diving into your own stuff. It's like you're mingling and you're interacting and you're hugging and you're kissing and you're canoodling, metaphorically speaking, of course, right? But you've got your own skin. Your organs aren't like exposed, and your liver isn't playing with someone's pancreas, pancreas, whatever. So what's keeping the body organized? The skin, as well as the many forms of what's the word? Why am I blanking on the word right now? Membranes, thank you. Membranes that hold your organs in, right? The different types of membranes. So it's kind of like that. And people have the illusion that, we're living a life together, we're mingling together. So what we do together, we are going to pay for together, or we're going to be rewarded for together. But that's not necessarily the case. We're each allotted the highs and lows, the ups, downs, goods, bads, ins, outs, light, dark, whatever, in direct proportion to what it is that we meet out, what it is that we're about, what our energy field is. So we can walk through the door together. It's like walking in the court. Yeah, there it is. You can walk into the courthouse together, both on trial for something, or walk into mediation together, whatever governing body you want to see, both appearing for assessment, but you're going to be assessed differently. Okay, you'll sit on the same bench maybe, but we know what this is. And so this is something to, I love the guides. They're so sweet. After my long explanation, they're like, to each his own. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. 5 minutes ago, guys, 5 minutes ago. Just kidding, of course. To each his own, right? Oh my gosh, guys, love this job. Love this job. All right, precision. Now, what I'm getting from this is that you're going to be, they're saying you're never thrown into anything without tips and tricks and without breadcrumbs and all sorts of things to kind of help you see your way through. Like, that's a misperception that human beings have. This idea, we're just dumped on this planet, no one prepared me. That's not it at all. And in fact, one of the biggest shocks that people get when they transition or when they have NDEs or near-death experiences is how much agency is involved. You have to understand that when our team connects with us, they're seeing us as a peer, you know, they're seeing us as somebody they sat down with in sound mind and body before coming in here and discussing, being very much pro for whatever the lifetime is and agreeing to all of this. When we're interacting with them from down here, we're seeing ourselves as like, what are we doing? And help me and this and that. And when they talk to you, when they connect with you, when they direct you to things, they're not directing this little kid that they know needs help and can't help. No, they're seeing you as they're seeing you much more than you see yourself. So it would behoove us all to really start stepping into the ability to see ourselves, see yourself for who you are, the mature, responsible, well-informed, 100% choice-making being. Now, you didn't make a choice sometimes for that person to do this, although arguably energetically there are energies in your field that created the conditions for that to come in because the vibration is in accordance, right? But your job is to respond, to choose wiser and wiser and wiser. That's our only job here is to become more and more aware and enlightened, right? And it's difficult because we're living in a society, we're all living in societies on earth, right, that for many reasons that are not the topic of this video, are designed to work against us, okay? So you have to really be aware of what it is that is going on with you. What else was I going to say? I love how I'm listening, and then usually when I say that, I'm just like grabbing, and then it got very quiet in everything. It got quiet. Okay. Oh, thanks. Yeah, we were talking about being prepared. Everybody is prepared. You're prepared. Wouldn't you be shocked to know that when you go to sleep at night, you know, you're very often visiting with your spirit team, whether that's on a spacecraft somewhere, or whether it's, you know, on a planet somewhere, or whether you guys are meeting in the closet here, you know, wherever. You're discussing stuff. You're making plans. You are a viable party. And then guess what happens when you wake up? It's like, I forgot everything. I forgot everything. I'm a victim, right? And so we have these perceptions of victimhood. We have perceptions of poverty consciousness. We have these are all misperceptions, and it's really our job to really do our best to shake off a lot of these conditionings that we've picked up. Now, is this easy? No, of course not. But you know, the last thing you want somebody up here saying is, you're never gonna get this. And that would actually inspire quite a lot of you. Like, what do you mean I'll never get it? You don't know what I'm capable of. I can get it. You need to tell me what it is. Tell me what it is that you don't think I can do, and I will show you. Spirit is like, yeah, that's the energy you need to come out here with. But you're not gonna get that kind of butt kicking on this channel. I'm not gonna be like, you're never getting it, because I just don't believe it. I think if you apply yourself and you do as much as you can to really engage, you're going to get a step further than if you just kind of don't do anything. Now, there are times in our life when we are not working as actively in this field with this focus. But if you're directed to my channel, if you somehow manifest me in your life, then it's more like, hey, this is an assignment that you signed up for as an option. So here I am. If you're still interested in kind of seeing what you can do, come on in. And if you're not, you can come back later, or, you know, focus on other things. It happens. This is how life is. We create options for ourselves, and we hope that we make choices down here. We hope that we maintain a certain mood and a certain perspective that allows us to have a desire to manifest a desire to take certain paths in life that lead us to the things that we're really hoping we lead ourselves to before we come in here. So when you hear things like, oh my God, let's hope, I would really love to get married to you. My God, I'm going to do my best to work on this and to work on that. And when I get that option to enlist here or go to this school or to get married to this person, that I hope that I will have generated enough self-love, and I hope that I will have followed my passion enough to no longer want to do those things, and then I'll make a choice that's in my highest, and then on the way to doing that I'll meet you, and then boom, you're down here and you go through the life that you've set for yourself, and you know, of course you make certain choices, and hey, sometimes we don't meet up after all. Sometimes you don't end up getting that, you know, really great paying job and meeting up with that past life father who was just a kick-ass great father to you, and he was going to turn out to be your boss in this lifetime if you were able to make choices that led to that job opportunity. He was seeing your resume on site and known and hired you, and then boom, now you become like a family friend. You're there for the picnics, you're there you even become like brother and sister to his son or daughter, you know. But we don't end up there, we end up working over there, or we end up going through that or that, because, you know, we don't know, we can't see ahead of time. There are definitely ways to try. Hi, hello. Hi, I'm here to help you. I'm always like, I'm here to help you if anyone wants help to do that, and then help me too. Just kidding. help me. But no, seriously, there are ways to really try to navigate yourself. You do your best, you set your intentions, you keep an eye out for yourself, you focus on self-love, you get rid of the negative stereotypes you're dealing with in your mind. Okay, get rid of the victim consciousness. Do what you can, because when you heal your perception, that changes your energy field. When you change your energy field, you as a navigation vehicle, you are a vehicle that moves not based on what you're thinking and what you want to do. It's based on the frequency you carry, and all of that is combined, yes, but when you heal your perceptions, you heal the energetic frequency. When you change the frequency, it literally takes you up and down, inside out, onto different timelines. This is how you navigate away from stuff. So lately, the guides have been talking about slogans that are 100% real, but you don't realize. I'd like to add another one to it. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Now, that term, of course, is littered with religious language, because that was the vehicle through which it was presented, right? But what the term basically means is, hey man, you want to be at that vibration? Go ahead, consume it, talk about it, look at it, you know, listen to it. Go ahead, go right ahead. Fall in love with those shows that are just talking about murdering people, and the music that's talking about bodying people. And you have a fascination with serial killers. I get it. We all do on some level. Go ahead. You know, yes, you can sit and watch an episode or two every now and then, learn about the mind, try to understand it, or you can sit and binge watch it because everybody's talking about it right now. Go ahead and pollute your energy field. Go ahead. Your body doesn't know it's watching a horror movie, or it's watching a serial killer show, or it's watching Lifetime channel where women are just getting basically all sorts of mutilated on that channel. But God bless, right? And then go to bed. Yeah, sure. Keep vibing with that energy that you just put into your field, and then now go to bed and see what's attracted to you, and then wake up and see where your vehicle navigates. Right? So this is not to say something's right or wrong. That's not something that exists at a higher level. What exists at a higher level is oneness. And because we are all individual parts of a whole that are moving independently and collectively, but very independently, as a way to better have source, as source's way, we are source of understanding itself, you can do anything you want. Go ahead. but just know that all you're actually doing is moving your frequency up or down. Okay? You're either making it lighter or you're making it denser, more dense. It's your choice. So when you hear certain things, like that slogan, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, try to not get caught up on the language and try to understand what it means. And what it means, once again, is just you are the one who is directing your ship. Your ship is your vessel. Your vessel is your energetic field. It's your auric field. Okay? And your soul has made a cute little pocket. That's what it sounds like, I guess. And that's you. With your different energetic fields, your auric field and your personality matrix. And now that part of your soul, you, the personality that is you, has come down the dimensions into very solid third dimension here, okay? So there are other dimensions around us right now, just like frequencies on a radio. All the radio stations are there. It's your choice what station you want to listen to. You use a tuner, all right? So you have to ask yourself, am I tuning into things? Yes, you are. You tune into frequencies when you eat things. Some foods are higher, some foods are lower in vibration or frequency, whatever you want to say. When you consume certain music, when you consume certain media, when you talk to certain people, everything is energy. And nothing's bad or good. It just feels amazing or feels horrible. Okay, now we can all enjoy a night out at the bar every now and then. That's great, but don't sit here and tell me that there's no difference between a bar at 2 a.m. in the morning and a children's playground, in the height of the day, in the midday sun. There's two different energetic fields, two different frequencies. Okay, don't tell me there's no difference in frequency between, oh my God, the juiciest steak you'll ever see, I love, and a very high vibing, basically dead meat. I just want to say, and don't get me wrong, listen, I'm on it too, we're out here, where's the barbecue? I'm sorry, right? It's fine, some of our bodies, we like it, right? But that's a different frequency from, let's say, high vibing, what are some good superfoods these days, right? Chia seeds, or like kale, or something green and leafy, something that doesn't have blood on it. Now, when we talk about labor, that's another thing that goes into, anyway, whatever, because we're talking about energy. Don't tell me there's not a difference when you go into certain areas. Some places you'll go and you can't even see straight because you're so afraid. And other places you go and you're just like, wow, this place was meant for me. This feels good. One more quick example. Listen, you want to be an actress or actor? Sure. That's a great idea. You're a being that can do anything you want. But you ask yourself, what kind of learning experience would make you feel more inspired? Do you feel more inspired when you are learning and, really late at night after work? It's the only time you can get in some small black box theater down on, Figueroa and, whatever. I don't know. I'm sure they have great stuff. Or would you prefer if you, had a day off that you can go take some nice morning or early afternoon and people are bouncy, everyone's excited, people aren't drained or under 6th cup of coffee, right? So there's nothing wrong with both. We move in and out of energies, and that's very important to know at this time as we're moving from Libra that, into scorpionic energies, right? It's being up in the air, then going for the deep dive. So there's nothing wrong with it. We just observe. But you have to become sensitive to understand what feels good. Another thing you want to look at as we move into this time, and you can do this in week 1, week 10, whatever. Week 10, I love it. I'll take the 10th week, please. Notice what you're consuming. What songs make you, what moves you, right? I was just talking about this with the homie, Emily, at the One Woman Show, and we were like, dude, there are just certain songs, they're barometers. They let us know what energies are activated. We all love Rihanna and Eminem's Love the Way You Lie. Remember that song? Love the way you lie. Remember that song? I love the way you lie. Yeah. Oh my God. But listen, if you are on repeat with that song, you got some toxic energies flowing. Especially if you watched a video and you're just sitting there watching it. Go watch it. And if you feel compelled to stay in it, and it's a difference. As opposed to listening to another song that you may listen to and you just may get turned off completely. Like, nah, I cannot. Some of you don't like death metal, right? Or like the really satanic metal, all that stuff. Now, again, there's nothing right or wrong. It's just difference in frequencies. Don't sit here and tell me that frequency is a healthier frequency than Josh Groban singing, any damn song that he wants to sing. He can sing like the toilet paper songs from commercials and we would just feel there's an energetic difference. Do you? Okay? Some of these horror movies, and I used to be a huge horror movie person. By the way, I was all into that. Nothing right or wrong. Just understand that, things shouldn't be binged. If you're sitting here watching possession horror, that's a difference from watching, some of the other horrors out there. You understand, guys. You're adults. Like, if you're feeling triggered, think of it as, #seen. I'm feeling seen, but I don't like it. All right. So just the whole point is it's time to start being sophisticated with our energy. And that means understanding that there's no such thing as right or wrong. Just as there's no such thing as good or bad, right? If you zoom out far enough from a much higher perspective than a human perspective, you will see that. But we understand that at this perspective, it's hard to see that, especially when we see horrible things happening, and even to us and family members and all of this. But again, it's a matter of perspective. The point is, from where you are now, what can you do to open up a little bit more to understanding better the energies that you're working with, right? Because I'm telling you, you're just programming your energy field. Look at the literally direction. Yeah, it's all you. It's all you. Confirmation. Come on, y'all. They out here. It's just you. It's just you. It's just you. So you want to know what energies you have inside? Take a look at what's in your life. What's manifesting for you in your life? What do you like to do? What foods do you like to eat? What kind of people are you hanging around? All of that. Listen, projection. That's exactly it. Reflection, projection. Your outsides are your insides. This little girl using her magnifying glass. This is it, okay? Now, Spirit is talking about, as we continue on with this deep dive, look at this King of Forces. I always love him. He's like, that ain't me, though. Hold on, let me stand up and show you guys. I don't know if you can see it, but oh, the lighting. Come on, Jay. Okay, there we go. My bad, guys. My bad. Every time I see this card, it's like this guy looking across this little stream. The way he's looking is like, he's like, that ain't me though, whatever. It's like, sir, we understand. It's you. Stop disowning. Just own it. Right? In this energy, he's like having that disowning kind of feeling. No, we know it's you. We know it's you. So the next point Spirit would like us to start thinking about and practicing in this first week is, you know what? Thanks, guys. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's back that up. This is the first thing. They want you to see yourself as practicing victory. They're like, there's no failure involved. Yeah, that's right. There's no such thing as failure. You just keep working more at it, right? And think of it as your first step is, I'm doing this. This is happening. However long it takes, it's just going to happen. It's inevitable. And that's true. The second thing that you want to do is work on doing your best to accept what you notice about yourself. Now, when you notice these things about yourself, you will notice them from a variety of feedback. For example, you may notice something about yourself or glean something about yourself following an interaction that you have with somebody, noticing how it made you feel, noticing how you reacted, whether or not people saw how you reacted, you'll notice what came up for you. I guess that's it. Noticing yourself and how you feel, and also there are more. I don't know why I'm blanking on them right now. I mean, it's not that late, but and also noticing the choices you make, right? A lot of times, and the choices we've made, hindsight is very, very good for the vision. It's very good. 2020. Look at the choices that you've made and been making, and you may glean something about yourself, and are you willing to accept it? Like, oh my God, my ex called me, for example, I wasn't called this, but my ex called me a coward. An ex of mine said, I should have known. He said his ex called him a coward, and I should have known. Just kidding. Am I kidding? I don't know. But anyway, she said I was a coward, or just, whatever. Are you? Sometimes we have to kind of listen. You don't just wholesale buy what somebody says about you, because they're working through their own projections and their own stuff, right? But again, if something's presented towards you, it behooves you to kind of reflect upon it, right? Reflect upon it. Be open to receiving all kinds of information. Now, usually we, as human beings, we tend to be, open, generally speaking, to things until we start to create negative associations with things. A negative association basically looks like, oh, I'm not the kind of person who would do this, or I wouldn't wear that, or I wouldn't go here, or I wouldn't have other people see me wearing, doing, being, having this, And so we start to create associations that are negative. And that's already flawed a lot of times, right? And so what happens is that we don't really give ourselves a chance to be influenced in positive ways, or to be exposed to new things and new people and new ways of being. We get, quote unquote, conditioned, and ultimately can really become fossilized in our ways. But it is also up to us to notice this fossilization, to notice this way that we project out onto the world. And once we are aware of that, then we can start making better choices. And better choices don't look like, oh, well, what would society think? Oh, what would God think? What would Janelle, it's not about anybody, it's about you. And it's not about what would blah, blah, blah think. It's, how would this make me feel? Would this make me feel? And if the energies are blissful, safe, if it's those kinds of thankful, those kinds of energies are much higher. But of course you want to also vet those kinds of energies as well, because things we desire are founded upon core beliefs. So a very quick example, if you carry a core belief, and you may or may not even be aware of that you're carrying it, but if you carry a core belief that you don't deserve to have more than what's needed. A lot of people grew up in poverty, and a lot of people just have poverty consciousness in their history. I mean, we all had grandparents and great-grandparents, depending on your age, right, that went through the Great Depression, for example. That's still in here. It's still in the family rumbling around, right? And so if you grew up with an unspoken or spoken belief that you shouldn't have more than what's necessary, guess what? You may really struggle to manifest 2 cars, 2 job opportunities, multiple options for partnership. You'll struggle with that. You'll use your car until it's, breaking down on the road because you need to use it until the end and not buy anything new, right? So you have to watch those kinds of patterns that we have, because so your desire would be, for example, you may think you want a new car, yeah, but you'll never prioritize it. Or you may even start, doing it and somehow may manifest a new car, and now you have two cars, at the same time. Oh my God. But you give yourself a hard time with it. Things may start to manifest to create problems. You'll question, did I spend too much? Was I being frivolous? You might hide what you got from other people, So we watch these things. So core beliefs inform the things that we desire. They inform the thoughts that we have. They inform the emotions we feel, and they inform the gut reactions, the knee-jerk reactions, and all of that, as we know, precipitates, without awareness, precipitates right into reaction in the world, acting out against others and stuff. So that's why awareness, when you start to become aware of things, it creates this line between you having that initial response. You're going to have an initial response, of course, and it's going to be, God knows what it's going to be, until you really clear up the lower energies, right? And guides are saying, yeah, a lot of the lower chakras, thank you, need to be cleared out. A lot of you guys, root chakra stuff, yeah, same, right? But anyway, oh, guys, can you clear that for them while they're here? They're like, that's why we're mentioning it. Okay, thank you. Okay, thanks. I was gonna say, guys, don't forget to clear your roots. Yeah, I don't know. The guides are gonna clear it out for you. Yeah, you heard that, the roots. That's that generational stuff as well. But anyway, thanks, guides. Yeah, so anyway, you guys get the point. All of that stuff informs what it is that you end up doing in the world. And to become awakened basically just means to awaken and become aware to what it is that you're doing. Then you start to build upon that by trying to understand why. What's moving me? What's driving me? Yeah, what's driving these thoughts and these feelings and these patterns and these reactions and my actions? And then what's driving you is your core belief that you have no idea is what it is. You have no idea what it is. So that's the homework. The homework is to become ever and ever more aware. Once you become aware, what you do again is you create a moment for yourself where you can give yourself this initial response, but then understand that all of that can be had, and when they can be allowed to breathe. And it's safe, you're safe to do so, because you understand that now you can reflect because you're aware of it, and you can make a choice. So that way you don't have to disown any things that you're ashamed of and all of that. You have these initial thoughts and feelings, you reflect upon it, you make an informed decision. And that's what it means to be aware, okay? So as we move into October, the guides, I've noticed that they really are really big on giving tips on how to navigate the energies that are coming up. We're all slipping into our own abyss right now. In fact, look, oh my God, they're so funny. Look at the window right there. Look what's right outside, the ocean. Like, listen, we're almost out that window right there. In fact, look at the water. 1, 2, 3 is outside of all of these. There's some water here, but you won't drown in that. Don't worry. So, and you won't drown anyway. You're going to take a deep dive. You're going to be seeing stuff about yourself. Your job is to remain open and to avoid judging yourself and others. Reflect upon what it could mean for yourself and accept. Learn to accept yourself. Now, look at her, the Queen of Keys, all extra excited. She's like, yeah. Now, clearly, us down here on the ground, we're like, no, no, I don't want it. I just got myself together. What do you mean? Yeah, but we're not driving it. This higher self and the spirit is your soul. Look at the contracts. Yeah, your soul was like, dude, yes, I've been waiting to shake off this codependency. Get it? Because I know, oh, look at him, King of Roses. He's so cute. I like him. It's like, oh, whoa. I just totally heard him say, why did she leave me? Oh my gosh, no. And suddenly my hands are warming up right here. Okay, somebody here, it feels very much like a masculine energy. Feels like a biological male. Doesn't have to be though, but I'm feeling him. Yeah, could also be somebody here, or maybe more than one, because they're highlighting it. Somebody here, this could be the person that you were dealing with. He may not actually be watching, you're watching, but I'm feeling this, the palms light up, and the answer is simple. Why did she leave me? And the answer is so that you can evolve, so that you can better yourself, so that you can get yourself together. So whoever this is that's having that feeling, or even if you're the one watching and you're having your palms warm up, or you've been having warm palms recently, and this romantic situation somehow fits into your situation, this was a matter of spiritual evolution. It's a matter of standing up and saying, no, I'm not going to keep myself back for you. A lot of times partners start out together, but partnerships don't last or continue on together because one partner has decided not to do the work. Now, sometimes this is by design, in the sense like there is literally a soul contract to break up, to push people into certain ways so that they can learn, right? And sometimes it's that there is a chance to be, their guides are saying there's a child involved. So there's somebody here, right? I don't know how that fits in, but they're throwing it out. They're throwing it out here. Yeah, sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's could go forward if both parties choose to, but one, while they're down here, chooses not to. Maybe they want to have a different experience, maybe, right? So you may be like, well, how do I navigate all this, Jay? Well, I would just say you got to start by understanding that everything starts with creating the time for you to sit in silence, to connect, speak with your team. And the guides are saying some of you have already started. Thank you, guys. Some of you have already started. They're like, yeah. Oh, they're almost like, when you hit a button off screen and then you hear the applause, like, yeah. I almost want to be like, yeah, because they're excited about that. They love it. They eat that stuff up, because then that means that, wow, there's a chance that this person can connect with us on a conscious level. Because yeah, they love talking to you in your dreams and stuff, but it would be nice to chat during the day and make sure you get your stuff done. Look at this: abundance, mastery, guidance. Yeah. Guess what happens when you have guidance? Okay. And you're aware of it and you choose to work with it. It helps. Yeah, gosh. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing this again with this couple, or whatever is going on here. Collaboration. Sometimes we break apart, we separate, but when we look at it, it looks like a separation, and it is here, and sometimes it's for good down here in this lifetime. Like, that's just the way it is. But nothing says collaboration more than that, like we just saw the collaboration card down there, because it's by design. Oh, so what else? Let's see if there's anything else. I walked off a little. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I'm coming back. That moment when you don't realize you're tired of sitting, but all right. Okay. They're like, let's see what's under these cards. Let's do it. And of course the dogs are out next door, so please. Authenticity, incubation, fate. What I'm getting here is that there are some new contracts. Oh shoot, that's contracts 2 times. Look at this. There's a contract. Yeah. There are some contracts, new contracts that are coming in. Now, at this conscious level, you guys don't have to worry about that at all, because you, at this conscious level, cannot get into contracts. You can, okay, I don't want to get too much into it. Anyway, let's just tailor this. there will be some new contracts coming in, and these contracts will be negotiated during your resting state from a higher perspective, okay? So in a sense, we can get into contacts. Yeah, they're like, don't even do it, Jay. Okay, let's let it go. Tune in next week for a whole hour on contracts. Just kidding. No, just anyway, they're saying, this is some of you, yeah, they're kind of like hiding it. They're like, we're not going to tell you who or what, but I am getting, it's a little bit of a heads up for you guys. So listen up. For some of you, there are a few lessons coming up. And one of those lessons is don't sell yourself short. And that's coming through in a sense like you're going to meet some people from the past. And I'm feeling this is a karmic button that needs to be pressed is what I'm getting. And so that you can make a choice to end it for good in this lifetime. And see, in fact, look, check it out. There's a Wheel of Fortune, right? Ending the cycle, but you have to choose to end it. Now the vision they're giving me is like, let's say that you were in another lifetime, you're showing up as a male, whoever you guys are. It's just a vision, but I'm sure it's somebody's story here, but you're showing up I gotta keep it real, like a gunslinger. In another lifetime, you were an independent gunslinger. You roamed from town to town, whatever. You connected with some other gunslingers, and you guys kind of made your way a little bit. And maybe they were your partner. Partners like friend, or I don't want to say friend because right? I mean, is there a friendship amongst thieves and gunslingers? But you rode together. They're your riding partners, let's put it that way. And in this lifetime, they're going to come back in to make you an offer that if energetically you are still in that vibration, you're going to take it. You're going to roll with them for a little bit. And I do feel that some of you will be like, whoa, what am I doing? I can't be doing this. You're going to wake up like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I got a family. I can't be hanging out with this person out at night and doing all this stuff. No, I got other stuff. And that's fine. You wake up and you realize it because they're coming in to create the condition for you again. Like, did you learn your lesson? But I do feel the warning here is be careful because you may wake up after you've made a commitment that you can't back out of. Maybe after you've signed contracts with this person. Maybe this is someone who comes in and is like, hey, you want to start a business together? Hey, listen, if they're like, hey, we can be like outlaws, huh? Don't run. If only it could be that easy. They say something that triggers that memory, right? And a lot of times we do get those triggers, but we dismiss it because then you realize, oh, this could be a 6-figure deal right here. You want to do what? Okay, yeah, let me think about it for the night, and you think and you think and you think and you end up signing a contract, and then after you do, it's like, oh, what am I doing? I was totally on a different trajectory, now I'm over here. What am I doing? But it's a little bit too late in a sense. You've created a little bit of, I'm getting drama, right? Now, then the question is like, was this my destiny? This happens a lot with romantic relationships. The guys are saying, oh, preach. Me taking notes, right? Is it my destiny? Was it our destiny to meet each other? Because it felt so destined and we were together. We finished each other's sentences and we spent hours to listen. No. That could have been, that could have been avoided. And that's free. That's free advice. That's the energy here. So some of these things seem like destiny. It's not destiny at all. You have multiple pathways that you can follow, but your choices are what make the difference. Now you're going to feel inclined to take a certain direction. You're going to feel compelled to make a certain choice. You're going to feel drawn to do something. It's going to seem logical and reasonable. It's downright even gonna feel right. All of this will put you in a certain direction. But you have to understand when we're leveling up, which we're trying to do on this channel, when we're leveling up, we understand it doesn't matter if it feels right. It doesn't matter if it sounds logical and reasonable. It doesn't matter. You need to understand what's driving you in the first place. If your core belief is one that is not founded on love and is not in integrity, it's going to create a whole bunch of options for you. And of course, this guy who just rode into town, you don't even know his last name. Of course he feels like the one. Of course this person, this lady who comes and offers you this opportunity to work here and to do this, and it's been my dream, of course it's gonna feel like your dream. Of course it's gonna feel good, because the fire underneath your furnace makes it seem that way. So again, and the guides really try to drive this home, your core belief leads to you having certain desires. Dare you say it? Oh, my calling, I've always wanted that level of desire. That creates certain thoughts. It kind of it puts your mind somewhere. Yeah, I'm all about that. I'm into that. I like learning about this. Because it's all founded on that. And then it leads even more to having certain emotions. Some things are going to make you feel good. Some things are going to make you not feel good. Some things are going to give you, right, kind of feeling. Why? Because it's all based on this over here, this core belief. And then on top of that, good God, we're going to have those knee-jerk reactions. You know what? When he said that to me, I just wanted to slap him right in his face, right in his nose, right on the mole of his nose. Because how dare he? Now you're having these emotions because you're having thoughts, because you think you should be treated like a this, and that's because of core belief, right? And then you have those knee-jerk reactions, and dear God, if there's no awareness that you tend to be like this and that there's another way, guess what? You're just sliding right into home base with taking action and creating karma and burning bridges and activating certain potentials, timelines, options in your life that you would rather not have, because you're slipping down a vibrational path that is like, ugh, right? And so you see, when we can kind of get to know ourselves a little bit more and really try to back it up to core beliefs, look at the word mastery. That's puppeteering. But what are you puppeteering? Your higher self is puppeteering you. You are puppeteering you. You work in alignment with your higher self, or you don't. Your higher self does not carry lower frequency ideas about you and these core beliefs that you have. I'm not lovable, I don't deserve, no one's ever, all of that stuff doesn't belong at the higher level. Those are blockages to true sight, to true being, to love. That's the blockage. That's what we're trying to heal. It's the core belief that we're trying to heal. But the thing about core beliefs is that they're buried so deeply under all these other things, right? And so might I suggest that you do a little Googling about what core beliefs are, see if you can get a little book or something like that and work on it. Because there are many parts to you, and the joy about it is the more you heal these core beliefs, the more you get to the real you, and the better opportunities you create for yourself. So anyway, going back to week 1, and of course we're saying week 1, these are just energies, so whenever, just keep an eye out for offers coming in. Yeah, I'm getting brother energy. Some of you may feel like, oh my God, I met a long lost brother. Feels like imagine there's a guy, imagine if you're a guy and you're out at a baseball game with your buddies, and then you guys sit next to this other group of guys, and then you hit it off, because people are talking to each other. Did I say a baseball game? Oh, okay, sure, whatever game. And you start talking to this guy, and you guys are all talking as a group, and at the end everyone's like, hey man, you're mad cool, you want to link up, let's hang out, and you're like, yeah, let's do it, you seem pretty cool too, and then you start hanging. It happens just like that. And it's like, man, this guy's cool, yeah, come over, let's hang out, let's play poker, I don't know, what do guys do, let's play games, let's chat, I don't know. And then comes the offer. Yeah, so I'm thinking about starting up this band. It's always a band. Always a damn band. No, I'm just kidding. I'm thinking about starting this company, and what do you think? Like, you seem real cool, and you said you got a degree in accounting or whatever, and we could use somebody like you. It all sounds good, but you guys need to be mindful about energies that are coming in. Observe them, reflect, make, say your prayers. Oh, God, say your prayers. I'm saying prayers. Say intentions, whatever you want to say. Make lists, write it to the universe. Whatever you want to say that doesn't trigger any indignation within you, just do it, because you have to work with something higher than you, where the perspective comes in, right? And let them help you maneuver these situations, because we're doing the best we can down here. And they are too. So, you had this long, lengthy conversation in your sleep when your spirit's out of your body, and you guys say, okay, I'm going to do this. You wake up the next morning, you kind of remember it for like 3 seconds, and then you start worrying about the bills, and then you forgot that they wanted you, and you agreed to go work out that day. That's how it happens, right? So if we could find a way to, they're so funny. They're like showing this one-sided, they're like, we were just talking to you. Where'd you go, right? It's the feeling, right? So if you can find a way to really get connected with your team, your higher self, God, whoever it is for you, that would really be helpful. And yes, you can ask them to help you with your sleep, because I'm hearing one of you guys ask, but I'm like trying, but I'm having trouble. I felt almost like you're getting sleep in, but you're having trouble. You would frame it like, I'm having trouble connecting with them in my dreams, right? Whereas maybe another person might be saying, oh, I'm having trouble remembering my dreams. And then another person may say, I'm having trouble sleeping, So whatever it is, ask your team, because I guarantee you, okay, if you're the one who is actually getting sleep at night, but you're like, I'm having trouble connecting with them at night, I don't feel like I'm actually making the connection. So it's not even a matter of just not even remembering. I just feel like maybe I'm not doing that. Yeah, the guides are saying, they're watching you, and they're waiting for the right time. And when they do give you that communication, I think it's going to be during your conscious hours, and it's going to be through the left ear, and it's going to be experienced by you as an impression. And if you're tuned in enough, you will be like, oh, that's a good idea. Where did that idea come from? A lot of times we have these ideas and stuff, and we get the direction, but we don't realize that's not us, it's our team. And how would you recognize that? Because you've been you this whole lifetime, but really it's you and your team kind of, having this dialogue or monologue one way. So the thoughts are gonna come in, and I think that for whoever that is in particular, you are going to be doing more work with your team. But for right now, they're saying to sit tight, and they're going to approach you when it's time. Okay. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, because you guys know how it goes. We can go on forever. If you'd like to have a personal reading that's more directed towards you, and or an energy healing session, which is via Zoom, please go ahead and reach out to me. I also do mentoring, all of that good stuff. It's on my channel, and on Etsy. But until then, guys, let's do our best. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. And let's thank the guides and our spirit teams for assembling us. And if you stayed for the whole video, thanks. Okay. Until then, God bless you, and have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye.